Today we're going to talk about how to solve coin problems or money problems. And I'm on page 204 in the workbook, and I'm going to be working through examples 1, 2, and 3 in separate videos. So this is number 1 on page 204. And the question says, or the problem says, a man has twice as many quarters as nickels. The total value of the coins is $4.40. How many of each coin does he have? Now, some of the tricks you need to remember is when you are representing the different coins, it's best to use a variable for the smallest, start with the smallest amount of coins. Not the smallest value of coins, but the smallest amount. So, for example, in this problem, it says he has twice as many quarters as he has nickels. So he has way more quarters than he has nickels. So I have a smaller amount of nickels than I have quarters. Also, nickels happen to be a smaller amount in value, but that's a moot point. I have 2 times as many quarters as I have nickels. Okay, so I'm going to represent nickels with just a plain old X, and I'm going to represent quarters with 2X because he has twice as many quarters as he has nickels, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each one of them their assigned value in the monetary system. So nickels are worth 5 cents and quarters are worth 25 cents. So that's the other tip I'm going to tell you is in money problems like these, let's represent everything in cents or in pennies. So if it's $4.40, we're going to represent the number as 440, not 4.40. Does that make sense? You'll see in a minute. So nickels are 5 cents, quarters are 25. So I'm going to assign each of them their value. So nickels are 5 times this number that they have, right? 5 cents for every nickel they have. And quarters are 25 cents. That's how much they're worth, right? We learned that in kindergarten. And I'm going to assign the value of 25 cents for the quarters, okay? This is how many quarters I have. This is how many nickels I have. This is how much they're worth, okay? Does that make sense? The number I have, their value. Okay, now if I just take these two things and I add them up, I'm going to get a total of $4.40. So like I said earlier, we're going to just represent that as pennies, not dollars. So 440 pennies total, because this is 5 pennies, this is 25 pennies, and this is 440 pennies. So now if I just take 5 times X plus 25 times 2X, I get 440 pennies. And so I can just solve this nice little equation. So I'm just going to bring it down, 5X plus 25 times 2, I'm just going to distribute these two things, or just multiply 25 times 2x. Well, what's 25 times 2? It's 50. X, the x just stays the same, equals 440. So now I can combine these two. 5x plus 50x is 55x equals 440. And now, if I divide both sides by 55 to solve for x, right? I'm just dividing by 55. I cross that out and I get x equals 8. So that tells me if x equals 8, that means I have 8 nickels. Well, how many quarters do I have? Well, if x is 8, I have 2 times 8. Well, 2 times 8 equals 16. So I have 8 nickels and 16 quarters. I apologize for my dog making noise in the background. He is itching and stretching this morning.